Yeah, thank you.
I got a message sometime back. The guy said that we wanted to clear PMP. And I said, okay, let's get this thing done. And I sent him the video. Of course, it said program is expensive, like everyone else the first time. But he said that, okay, I'll go through your content and I'll look at the details and things of those nature. He looked at it. He looked all the details. And the next day he came back. He said, hey, Amir, we want to enroll it. He and his friend joined the program. And I want to say one thing. His friend was ready 2 3 weeks back, but because of some holidays he could not give exam. But today he is giving exam. He has cleared PMP. So I have with me one of the most professional person I have seen in a very long time. Mohsin cleared PMP, and I'm so proud of him that I cannot share. Mohsin, why don't you share your journey, how you cleared the PMP, and how you want to walk me through it?
Thank you, Amir, for your kind words, and it's more than enough. Basically, I would say that the credit goes to your training, your mentorship, your the way you taught us, the way you lead us. That's very important. That's the thing which we were looking, and that's the thing which able us to cross the line. So I appreciate that one firstly. The important thing was that we gained the concept from your training, we gained the guidelines from your mentorship, and the facilitator, of course, Trimsy and your team. They were fully supported. They were always chasing us. So that's the thing which required for any PMP to clear in a minimum time. So I would appreciate that one.
Hmm. Okay, so let's walk through it. How was the exam?
Yeah, exam, if I would say, it wasn't that easy. Okay, yeah, it was, of course, PMP exam. You should not expect that it will be easy, but as you guided us, and we had our mind that okay, we this is how we have to manage the time. This is how we have to tackle the questions. That's basically help us. So exam, if I would say, it was there was very minimum question which was straightforward. You can say either maybe 1% question which you can say it was straightforward, but the rest question was tricky. So you have to think about, and you can consider it was 70 to 80% the questions you can consider it complicated, and 20% you can consider it's intermediate levels. So the content was created like this.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, let's put further into the context. How was the time management here? Like in the exam, that is a very
Yeah.
important thing. How was the time management?
Yeah, exactly. This is what always, whenever we go to PMB and other exam, which is international level exam, the time management is very important because there are questions which you have to manage it with a specific time. So, as per the guidelines provided from your side, from the facilitator side, we exactly follow that timeline procedures. And what I was looking personally that I wasn't looking the countdown frequently. My plan was that I was just looking it after 5 6 questions that how is the time and the remaining question. So initially my plan was that I will not allow the time to be less than the number of remaining question. So in the initial stage I was managing it, but once the question was dropping it to remaining 20 or 10%, then the time was somehow moving forward. So the first session, I managed it very well. I finished it the question almost in the last minute, and that was the satisfaction for me that the first session is usually it's very tough, but I manage it in a proper way. The second question, I consider it in all three session. The second session was a bit easier for me, and the last session, I was running short of time, but because once I saw the last 10 question, the time remaining was around 7 minutes. So, but I had that plan which you guided us. But once I was reading the question was one liner or one and a half liner, and the option was also very short. So I planned that let's read the question and you can finish it in this time. So Amir, I read up to 179 question, okay, and I attempt it in a proper way. Only the last question, once I was clicking the option that that's the window closed. That so that's the things I believe that I managed the time properly.
Many time problem. Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about the exam. How was the exam? Like, was it a more of a situational exam, formula based? What, like, how would you describe the exam and how other persons can learn from it? How they can
Yeah.
be preparing?
Yeah, exactly. Formula wise and the other stuff, there was no formula question and no drag and drop question, but the question was kind of they make it the scenario, and the scenario wasn't that straightforward scenario. They make it in a this a way which the context was just mixed type, and then the option was also mixed. So it's give you somehow a tough time to think and to pressurize you. So that is what I noticed it that there was no straightforward question. So all the questions were somehow challenging. They were asking you to that there is a team that they are not contributing. There's other department that so governance are not matching. So this kind of thing. Although there most of the part is as usually it was agile, and I can say that. 75% and 80% this was agile content, and the remaining was hybrid and predictive.
Hmm. Okay. And how many drag and drop questions? How many formula questions?
No, not a single question formula, and there is no drag and drop.
There is
So,
there is no drag and drop question. Okay.
yeah.
Let's walk through this thing. What was the length of the question and which part, like walking from first, second till 180 question, was the most easiest or difficult one?
See, the length of the question was there was no question which is more than three liner, but the average was three and two to three. That was the length of the question. There was no question which is five liner or four or five liners. Okay, so
Hmm.
the question wasn't that lengthy.
Hmm.
Two line and three lines maximum.
Two liner.
And the option was in some questions, the options was two liners. So that's why you need to spend time to read the options. So that was the tricky thing. Yani, maybe the question is short, but the liner is also the options available are also. So as I mentioned, the first session was of course this was a bit, but in the first session we have more time. So I managed that one. The second was a bit easier as compared to the last session. So the last session was again it was tougher than the second one.
Hmm.
So, but with the rules and the guidance which you provided to us, that this should be the mindset, this is how you have to approach the question.
Hmm.
That basically help us a lot. That you can choose it from the best available option.
That you can look it into that and worked into that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You have done a lot of questions. How important it is to do 180 exam questions?
Yeah, very important. That's basically give you the feeling of PMP exam. So 180 question basically, yeah, of course, it has a more content. You have to go through the multiple scenario and different type of questions. But 180 question basically give you the feeling that this is how the exam will be.
Hmm.
So, and this is how you can play with the time, with your, you can manage your stamina on this also. Yeah, you can judge your strength also that either you will be able to manage the time, either you will be able to, because most of the people maybe they may lost the attention in the last session. So once you are doing the 180 mocks, you can just judge your stamina and your strength that how much you are able to attend the exam, and that will help you to attend the exam before
Hmm.
trying.
That will help you to able to attend the exam and mocks and things
Yeah.
of those nature. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, if you have any question, Nabil, Suhail, put the question to him. Mohsin, which mocks were more relevant to the exam? Those 60-60 questions, those random mocks, 180 or the final mocks? Which mocks were relevant?
See, Amir, as you mentioned, I attempted lots of mocks, and it was a requirement of the exam also. And you in between there was Ramadan, so Trimzi request me, and he sent me somehow message that if you can do it before Eid, But due to Ramadan schedule and our office schedule, which is a bit tight, so I respond them that Trimzi, it should be better that I should try immediately after the Eid. So, but with regard to the mocks, I think the random mocks is somehow mocks which give you the real feeling of the exam. And the if you are able to attend the random mocks in 60 minutes, because it's a 60 minutes, 60 question mock within 70 minutes, okay. If you are able to finish that one in proper time, then you can just you will be able to finish the exam also in time. That's random mocks is very important. Random mocks are very important. And the last 180 agile mocks which you share, that was also important. Yes.
All those mocks are important.
Yeah.
Mohsen, each one teach one is the mantra. You are a
Yeah.
consultant yourself, right? So now it comes to you that how you work with them, how you guide them. Your batch one students are still there. So looking forward, how you can guide them, you can coach them and work into that way. I would be looking forward that you will be guiding them and you will be working into that. Okay.
Sure, Ram.
So with that, what would be your final advice to those people?
See, Amir, plan is very clear. Okay. You first of all, the message for all the attending and the people who are attending with you, they must understand that they are in safe hand, and Amir and their team will cross the line. Okay, but there is but, which is on our part. We have to play our role. So Amir is basically giving you a direction, to guideline. We have to provide full support and commitment, and whatever they are saying, we need to follow blindly that direction. We should not say that either this is correct or not correct. They know that this is the correct process. So for us, very important, I would say that the training classes, no one should miss even a single minute. That is very important. That will give you the initial concept that how PMP is. Because first impression, you can say the first impression, the last impression. So once you attend the classes, that will feed your mind that this is PMP and this is how the requirement of the PMP and this is how the topics are. So important thing is training classes. No one should miss it. Recording is not live class is very important. That is very important. After that, the whatever the contents is Amir is regularly sharing, even in if it is the session which they are providing after the classes, and even on the Facebook, sorry, on the WhatsApp status. Amir, I was regularly checking all of your status, because in that status you are sharing lots of knowledge, and I believe that I learned maybe 30% from that also. Okay, there was every status has some question, something which is related to PMP. So I was regularly checking what Amir has updated now. So there was so many content which is for related to a PMP learner. So that's why the important thing is uh, provide your full commitment. Provide You have to sacrifice your other schedule, social media. You have to whatever the time you are spending in other things. If you want to finish the PMP in a minimum time, you have to provide your full commitment and efforts. Then Amir and their team will
Thank you.
guide you where to go.
Okay, we have to question Nabil saying, first of all, how you manage with the office. Now, not just with the office, with family. So you are a family person and not like me, you really give time to family. So like just before that, yeah, you had a visit to doctors with your daughter and I wanted you to come to the coaching call. Let me tell you interesting thing. Now, when you said 9 p.m. and I was in and okay, Pakistan at 9 p.m. This means coaching call. So we are aligned. Good to go. So that's why I'm asking you, can you come to coaching call? You said I'm in hospital. And I'm like, yeah, was he's in Saudi. It's 7 p.m. So he's there. So how did you manage time with family and with office?
See, Amir, office, of course, this kind of stuff, as our office was kind of committed duty, and our client was also engaging client, so we were fully engaged there. But what we plan it, whenever the office time finish, we dedicate our time solely for PMP preparation. So that's why whenever we reach home, we already, thanks to our family. They sacrifice their schedule for us, and they support our preparation also. So most of the time, whenever I am coming from the office, I just put my bag there and I sit in the next chair. So I ask the family, whatever you want to bring it, just bring it to the table. So this is how, yani, the whatever the process is going, you have to manage it in the way that this should be priority. And this should be top of the backlog item, as you mentioned in the. So if you put it in the backlog item, this is in the top priority, then you have to work, then nothing will step back you.
Nothing will back to you. Okay, let's take the question of Suhail. How much time we should give daily after covering all the topics? And how about reading book? Book you never read, na Pathway to PMP. You never read.
Mm, no, no, Amir. I just attend the classes
Uh,
fully.
Are you
I
talking about maybe Suhail? You can put in the question. This is not a book. This is a booklet. This is like I named
Yeah,
it a booklet. I can give it some notes, like 10 pages.
yeah. This one, of course, this is very important. This is very important. The 22 pages booklet. This is very important. We read it, and then we solely rely on the training we attended. And after that, the mocks. RCA is very important. RCA, everyone should do it religiously, and that is the one who is which is forcing you to understand the concept. So RCA, no one should miss it, and that is the key for success.
Thank you very much. And Mohsin, I hope you can keep moving forward in this way. Mohsin, we have a PMP marathon on Saturday, and I hope you can add some questions there. I will be using them, right? Those
Sure.
answers, I will be using them. And with that, I wish you best of luck. Keep moving forward and never